Hi, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year, happy 2026. For those who don't know me, my name is Busi Hambebe, and if you'd like to join the family, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button down below. And if you're a 10 subscriber, welcome back, real OG. I am back, guys, and I am back as a fiance. Yes, guys, I am back as a fiance. So without wasting any time, today's sit down is basically gonna be me sharing with you guys my love story, how my man and I met, the proposal, and our engagement as a whole. Yeah, so sit tight and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Yeah. So Gabo girl is sleeping, so I'm gonna try and make it as fast as possible. Yeah. So it's 2026. I need to remember all the details from 4 years back. Yeah. So my man and I met in 2022, August the 8th, if not the 9th. Yeah. But then it was around Women's Day somewhere there. Yeah. So I was scrolling on Instagram, and then brother man slid in my DMs. Yeah, I was literally just scrolling on my Instagram and I see this request, and funny enough, I normally ignore my requests and DMs. I hope it's not what I'm thinking. Give me a second, I'm gonna be back just now. Brother man, who is now my man, is there, weird, right? Who is this guy? But like, I see his profile picture is someone wearing NW regalia, yeah. So I open and then I see a message, he's like, hi, I am so and so, I am from this specific place, but I'm currently in Northwest University, I'm studying here, and I stay at this particular residence. Yeah, mind telling me about who you are and where you're from. So formal. And then I responded like, okay, hi, I am Busi, I'm also from the Northwest University. And I actually lied about my actual where I come from. I was like, no, I'm actually from Mafikeng, but I'm also a student from the Northwest University, and I am studying here also, and I stay on race. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. And then he's like, so do you mind if I see you sometime during the week? I'd like to get to know you. In my mind, I'm thinking, bored, I am not interested. Guys, number one, as I'm scrolling on my man's Insta, my man is not really a social media person, and for those who know, like, my man is he was a full-time soccer player at that time, so his profile was full of pictures of him playing football, everything that has to do with football, it was there. So it was nothing aesthetically pleasing, so it's like, who is this guy and what does he want from me, so yeah, that was my first impression of him, yeah. But like, the more we kept on talking to each other back and forth, and we started talking about like what we're studying and so on, and then he told me what he was studying, and I'm like, smash, because I'm just thinking to myself, this guy is doing this serious course, at the same time he's playing football full time, and he was playing for the first team. So I'm just like, there's discipline, determination, all the likes, and that was a bonus for me. If there's one thing that attracted me to him the most, was what he was studying, and the fact that he was playing football while he was studying what he was studying, so I was very impressed by that. That impression was the one that like kept me talking to him, yeah. And then in terms of us meeting, I kept on making excuses because I was really not interested, but then I remember it was during varsity football, and if you're a student, or if you've been a student, varsity football is something that is very big, and around those times, the honeys are all over these guys, all of them, every girl wants a piece of them, but like, I wasn't really that much of a big football fan at that time, so I just saw a typical guy who just texted me, and yeah, life went on. And then I kept on refusing to meet up with him. I kept on coming up with those excuses. We were still talking on Instagram, you know. But like we kept on talking even though like I refused to meet up with him, you know, yeah. And then fast forward to like I think 2 weeks later, and I'm lying. Is it 2 weeks? I can't recall the dates, but like I think after a while, you know, I was like, you know what? Oh no, I remember it was on a Friday. I was visiting a friend of mine at Race. So basically, I was staying at the one end of uni at our campus, and then my friends were at the other end, you know. So it's a very long walk and it can get a bit lonely and boring. And I'm like, actually, let me text this guy and find out where he is and if he doesn't mind accompanying me to my friend's race. Text the nigga, he's like, I bet I'll see you in a few minutes. Great stuff. In my mind, I'm just seeing a friend. I'm just getting to know this guy. I am not interested in him at all, you know, yeah. So before then, I went to the cafeteria. I don't know what I bought, but I remember I went there first and then I bought something. And then he sent me a text to say, you'll find me at this specific place. I'm like, good stuff, sharp. And then, yeah, we met. The queue was long, by the way. So like I took a while and he was like, I'm still waiting. I'm like, I'm on my way. And then we met. Hi. Finally, nice to meet you. Finally, I get to see you in person. Good stuff. And then we walk. Our conversation was quite a brief one because it was like a 10 to 15 minute walk, you know, yeah. And then we parted ways. Bye. Thank you for accompanying me. And then we left it at that. But like when he got to his place at his residence, he sent me a text to say, it was nice to see you, to meet you. Thank you for the little time that I got to chat with you. Good night. Did I respond? Of course not. I did not respond. I did not. And then the following morning, he sent me one thing about my man. He was very persistent, very consistent. Got an untexted every single from the day he texted me from the first time. He texted me like every single day, like, "Hi, are you good?" Every single day. What are you up to? Yeah, every single day until we started dating. For the last 4 years until Vandag, there's never really been a day where we don't speak to each other. There's never been a day. Whether we married each other or what, we will speak, married each other until we become okay. So yeah. And then like the following day he was like, good morning, how are you? Blah blah blah. And then like we spoke. And then I remember like the following day, I think he was going out with his friends to buy groceries, something like that, yeah. And then I was just playing, you know, I'm like, please buy me something as well, maybe a chocolate or a packet of sweets. And I was just pulling his leg to see how I'm like a stingy or not, you know, yeah. I know he's student, but I'm just come to test that. What am I dealing with, you know, yeah. And then he's like, hey, babe, cool. And then later on that day, he came with this big plastic bag. It was full of chocolates, sweets. Yeah, it was full of chocolates, sweets, biscuits, chips, and cold drink as well. And guys, it's the little things that matter. For me, it was literally like the first time in my entire life, like a boyfriend. And he was not even my boyfriend at that time. Some like a guy who's interested in me buying me something. Because guys, most of the guys that I've dated prior to my man, half of the time I was doing things for them. And it got to a point where like I feel like I just want to be a little girl, I just want to be a princess and get princess treatment, like the bare minimum, you know. So like when he did that for me, it melted my heart so much. I was very happy. I even shed a tear. And I remember like I posted, I'll try and find a picture. I remember I posted something on Instagram saying my man got me these, but like we were not together at that time, you know. And he was very happy. And then I remember him responding and saying, I hope one day God blesses me with a girl like you or you. And I'm like, good luck with that when I responded. And then life went on. We continued like talking every other day. And then I remember like we started talking like more and more every day. Still on Insta. We haven't exchanged numbers whatsoever, you know. Good. And then I think there was a time where like we were playing an away game. As they were playing their away game, I told you guys it was university football, yeah. So normally what happens with the university, they take out 2 buses, and then you guys need to pay for a seat. But like it's a first come first serve type of vibe, you know. So I remember like, guys, you need to wake up. I'm not gonna wake up at that time, but like I'm not gonna wake up at 6 to queue just for a ticket to go. I think we were playing with Vets, if not UP, just to go to Gauteng. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, but you know, but like I had promised him that like I'll make an effort to go and watch him. Guys, when I tell you I did not get the ticket now, I did not get the ticket. So I texted him and they had already left me. So I texted them out like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to a game, but I'll watch it online since all the games are televised on DSTV. Yo, guy was mad. Guy was very furious because he was like, bro, there are 4 games in a day, and out of those 4 games, only televise 2 of the 4 at 5 and at 7, and I was at 6:30, meaning I was gonna play at super sports schools, ne? And I'm like, yeah, fine, whether I watch it on TV or whatever, as long as I will be watching, you know. And then I ended up watching the game, but like I wasn't really that like, ooh, I'm watching football. It was just I'm just watching. And then he used to grill me after the game. So like, did you see? What was your impressions? How did you feel about the game? And at that time I was just like, hi guy, I'm just watching for the vibes, just for the sake of watching you. Not to understand offside. What is it to consider goal? What is it to convert a goal? All of those things, I did not know any of that. But like now, if you were to ask me, ma'am, if you were to ask me right now, what is what? Child. I'm gonna pass an exam right now, yeah, football, if you were to ask me about the rules that day. But anyways, I'm also like, corner penalty. If not, okay, that's not the whole point of this video. But yeah. So that's what happened. And then the week after, they were playing a home game. When I tell you, my man made sure like I get a ticket. Normally they get tickets for free to give to a friend or whatever, you know. So he ended up giving me a ticket, and he gave it to me in person to say, here is your ticket. I'm expecting to see you at this evening for today's game. I'm like, I bet I'm gonna be there, my man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But like, we were still getting to know each other until he took stage. We still in our talking stage. And then I think he was injured at that time. And then I remember I made an effort. I gave him these other muscle, the pills, yeah. And then I gave them to him. And then I also got him some snacks. And then he was so happy. For him, whenever we talk about cute, beautiful moments, or when you saw this one was the one. What moment was like, you know, that was one of the moments for him, you know, the effort that you made to make sure that I get better, even though like we're not together, it meant so much to me, you know. And I was like, because you can't really walk a long distance, I will come to the gate and just drop these things by. You know, it's like, please be mine now. But yeah, so like that was what happened. And then fast forward, the game happened. I went to the stands, and mind you guys, I used to go to the games alone, and then I'll just meet up with the people there and vibes, and then I go back to my room, and then but not a joke at that time, you know. And then yeah, and then I think a week before we started dating, and I was like, no man, this is actually a good man, Savannah. This is a good man. And if you let him slide right now, I don't think you're gonna get maybe you will get another one, but not this particular man, you know. Paying attention to detail, making an effort to find out how you're doing, all those good things. Very thoughtful, very kind, very gentle. I don't know, but he was doing all those cute little gestures for me, and I appreciate them so much, you know. Yeah. So I was like, no man, actually it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to explore this thing and see where it leads and takes us, you know. And I remember we started now having serious conversations. No, it was just about school. And mind you guys, my man and I, when we first met, we didn't have much in common. I think the only thing that we had in common was our university life. Students, you guys relate a lot to exam stress, assignments, late nights, you know, all the whole shebang, yeah. So that was literally the only thing. And that we're both sports fanatics, but we love different sporting codes, you know. So, and also music genre, hobbies, but yeah. So we started having serious conversations to say that dude, if we take a leap of faith with this, whatever it is that we're trying to explore, we're locked up. If we do this, and we take the chance to see where this takes us. We're in it for eternity, we're in it for life. Yes, guys, we're only 21, but we're like, let's go, locked in for life. And here we are. So we started having conversations about like marriage, kids, his upbringing, my upbringing, childhood traumas. Obviously, we're not gonna have all of them at once, but like as the years go by, we've been unpacking everything, you know. But like the important things are like, what are your family values, principles, how were you raised, vice versa, you know, like what is like your ideal perfect family, what are your deal breakers, what is one thing that you're not willing to compromise on, all those things, you know, like yeah. So we're having lengthy conversations now, in-depth conversations, you know. And I'm like, I think I was more impressed about like he comes from a 2-parent household, his parents till today are still married, and I'm like, I want that. I would like to be with such a man, because I was under the impression that like he's probably raised very well by his parents because they're still together and they adore him so much, they support him so much, and I don't think he'd want to let them down and let me down and let our relationship down, you know. So yeah. And I'm so sorry. So I remember the day we made it official, I was like, you know what, just to spice things up a bit, write me a proposal and let me know why are you deserving of my time, of my love, and everything in between. You know, write me a proposal as to like why you deserving of all of that, of having me, getting to experience me, and how are you not going to waste my time. And I will also do the same thing in return. And we'll set a date, we'll go on an ice cream date and have a discussion, we'll exchange our proposals and have a whole cute setup and so on. But the ice cream date didn't end up happening because Mfana was, I don't know guys, my man was not really a fan of leaving campus a lot before he met me. Out on campus a lot. He only left when he was going to his games or going home. But like when I came, it's like, man, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go out. And man, oh boy, we did. So yeah. And then I remember that evening he came to my room. Most of the time I actually met either outside or in my room. Because you know when I guys invited him to my room, I didn't mind because I was like, this is just going to be a friend. So my friends, either way, they come to my room, so I don't mind, you know. So like he came, he read his proposal to me. Oh snap, I still have it. And then I remember it was titled My Soulmate. He used to call me soulmate actually in the beginning of our relationship, you know, like yeah. And then love your future hubby. And then obviously I gave him mine too. And then yeah, I read mine to him and we sealed it with a kiss. Yeah, but it was just like nothing. That was like our first kiss, but nothing to write home about because we were still getting to know each other. Were we comfortable with each other at the time? I don't think, because like we're not sure like, can I touch you or not, you know. It was just the thing I was saying, smash, you mine now. Yeah. So but then I remember texting him that evening after he left to say that, so says yeah, Jola man, so we're together now. It's like, yeah man, yeah. That was on the 11th of September. It was on a Sunday. And here we are, 3 years and 4 months later. Planning a whole wedding. So now I'm gonna jump to the proposal. I think I was telling you guys how we met and well guys, long distance, how navigating all of that, I think that should be a video on its own, you know. Yeah, I'll make time to do that. I just want to jump quick to the proposal. So as you guys know that I fell pregnant 9 months into the relationship and I had to come back home to give birth and raise a girl, you know. Yeah, so we started doing long distance, my man and I, you know. From I was 7 months when we started long distance because I only came home December, 2 months before I gave birth to my baby. And then he was visiting. Yo guys, the first day was difficult because I remember like he came once couple was 2 weeks and then we only saw him again when Gab was 7 months. We went for a full 6 months and 2 weeks without seeing him. Did I not lose my mind? I did. We were fighting a lot. I was frustrated most of the time. But one thing about him, he was very patient. He felt a little bit of guilt. But like, it got better with time, honestly, and communication as well. About communication is key, they'll not lie. Yeah, it got better. And by the grace of God, he was able to complete his postgraduate studies, his honors, and then he got a job last year, 2025. And the visits became more, every 2 months he comes to visit. Yeah. And I think when he visited around July, he was like, man, I am just tired of the back and forth, traveling back and forth. I think I am ready to be locked in formally, officially, seal it, and yeah, honor your family, And I think it's been an ongoing conversation to say that I'm gonna be at home for a year, and then a year ended up being 2, yeah, but then within the 2 years, we were both like, we don't want to do long distance anymore. So what we do, and one thing about us, well, for me, I can and sit, and I have nothing against people that do it, but it's just not for me. Kudos to people that do it, but no, it's not my vibe. I do not subscribe to it, and I do not believe in it. But for those who do it, good for them. But then I get a lie. I also had a baby out of wedlock, so yeah, different things for different folks. Folks, whatever you say. So we started having conversations about like marriage, how we want everything to go about. Are we gonna have a big entire wedding? We just local negotiations, and then we're gonna move in together because he now has a place of his own, So we're having a whole conversation about like what's gonna happen. And also Gabo is growing, so we want our daughter to be raised in a 2-parent household where she gets to see mommy and daddy every day, Gabo. Because in the first day we didn't mind because she's just a baby. She's not even gonna remember, like that was not here most of the time when I was just a year old and 2, So yeah, that's what happened. And then he was like, I'm tired. I wanna come introduce my family to yours, unite all families, and I'm like, you lie. We've been talking about this for real. Like, yeah. So this is now how the proposal came about. So yeah, the conversation was ongoing. It's like on my next visit, which was in October, when the proposal happened. So he was like, on my next visit, I'm gonna come with the letter and go on one knee. But like, I think that was just for formalities when we were talking about it, because I'm just like, it's not a surprise. It's not gonna be something fancy because I knew about it, and because of the distance, it's very hard for us to plan big things, because obviously with all our visits, whenever he visits, we plan activities. So it's going to be happening so it was gonna be very difficult for him to plan out from now how the proposal is going to be. And I'm like, you know what, nah babe, I don't want a big proposal, but I want a big either lobola negotiation celebration, sealing in celebration, or wedding celebration, but like one of the 3 must be massive with all our loved ones, So I'm like, I'm not so fussy about the proposal, So he was like, okay, it's fine then. We go shopping for some rings, and then we spoke about the budget and so on, and then give me your 3 options, and then I'll choose from there. Yeah, the one that I think I would love for you to have. And we also discussed that I don't want you to be engaged for more than a year. So meaning right now, guys, replana umshado is in motion. Before this year ends, I'm gonna be a wife to my husband, umyeni wami, mna woka, my leafy. Who would have thought this doll over here is gonna be a wife? I can't wait, guys. But anyways, back to the proposal. So yeah, that's what happened. And then yeah, he ended up like choosing the ring for me. So guys, on a random day of the week, he was like, the ring is here. And then it was so cute. On the video call, we were just having conversations, nothing hectic, So while we were on video call, he said just for formalities, a cute speech. And then I said, yeah, of course, stand up. I'd say yes. But yeah, and then he came over October, and then we had a whole shoot. Mind you, all of this is happening without my family knowing horror. Yeah. And then like I was like, nah, if there's a proper symbol that signifies already like you're ready to take the step, I'll be able to have a conversation with my family. But then he's been having conversations with his family, you know. He was actually supposed to come with the later of October, but I was like, but I think his family was like, it's short notice because we're not gonna, guys, we're actually planning to get married as soon as possible, you know. But yeah, and then his family was like, they don't want us to rush things, you know. Yeah. So, and then after the ring was here, photo shoot, videos and stuff, I ended up talking to my family. They were very forthcoming, but scared at the same time. Horror, their little flower, it's gonna be taken officially. So yeah, guys, both our families are very happy about the decision that both of us have taken. They support us fully, and before the end of the year, guys, it's gonna content, yeah, becoming Mrs. Muyeti, becoming Memuyeti. Kapere. Guys, I'm so happy because I love my man down. I love him so much. Oh boy, I hope he sees this. Like, I love him so much. Like, we've been through so much together. And we've conquered so much together. And I really, really can't wait for us to spend a lifetime together and achieve all the things that we want to achieve together. Grow our family, unite our families. Like, on the love, man. I wanna, like, guys, I want a house full of kids, and after that, grandkids. Like, only busy inside the house. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. It fuels the soul. You become so full, you know. And I want that for my man and I. And yeah, so that is that. See ya, shata, guys. 2026 brides. Yeah, oh my, guys, I love love, and I love that it located me, and God said, you are also worthy of being loved, you're also worthy of being chosen, you're also worthy of being seen, worthy of being heard. Thank you, bye. So I think I'm gonna end this video here, but obviously this is not, man, this is the first video of the year, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and more umshado content coming soon. Yeah, the preparations, the stress, we're gonna go through all that roller coaster together. You guys are gonna make me obviously with my friends and family. That is, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends, and I'll see you on my next video. Signing out as a fiance. Bye.